To Washington, Ontario Conservative and one-time leadership candidate Michael Chong has been asked to share his experience as a target of Beijing's foreign interference with Congress. CTV's Annie Bergeron-Oliver has more.
Clearly, a genocide is taking place in Xinjiang.
An outspoken critic targeted by China, Michael Chong is now getting set to give his take to U.S. lawmakers studying Chinese threats at a special congressional commission.
My case happens to be, very high-profile case, but there are many, many Canadians who have been targeted by Beijing here on Canadian soil and who have suffered in silence.
Chong has firsthand experience to bring to the Americans.
I am far from alone in experiencing Beijing's foreign interference threat activities.
He's been the subject of Chinese disinformation campaigns online, and in 2021, he and his family were targeted by China after he spoke out about the country's treatment of the minority Uyghurs.
The government needs to take this serious national threat for what it is, and to take it seriously and to take action to counter it.
Since then, several other MPs have been briefed by CSIS and told they too have been targeted.
I'd like to see the government actually come out with a national security strategy, or at least come out with a strategy to counter hostile state activities.
The opposition parties all want the Canadian government to launch a public inquiry, but months after the idea was first floated, it still hasn't happened, though a senior government source says an announcement could come before Parliament resumes in mid-September.
We could have been there already been in the inquiry by now. So that is very frustrating.
A frustration for China experts, too.
The Congress will ask Mr. Chong what he knows about Chinese state harassment of himself and his family, but also for him to talk about why the Canadian government has not been more proactive in coming up with a public inquiry.
Tonight, a senior government source tells CTV News that there are now a few people open to the idea of leading the public inquiry. Chong testifies in Washington, Vashi, on September 12th.